If you're one of this channel's 15 regular followers and viewers, thank you by the way, then you already know I am a fan of all movies. I've always said there is no such thing as a bad movie, just a movie that's not for you. This rule applies to Christmas movies too. There are thousands of Christmas movies to choose from, which means this list is not exhaustive, but let's start with 9 of my favorites and see how many more of these we can go through before Santa comes down our chimneys on Christmas Eve. Oh, by the way, these 9 Christmas favorites are listed in no particular order and are definitely movies you may have heard of or watched, but totally need a rewatch. Number 9. Die Hard, 1988. One of the greatest movies of all time and deserves to be on your Christmas viewing list. Detective John McClane visits his wife in LA to spend Christmas with her and rekindle their struggling relationship. He detours after learning that Nakatomi Plaza has a hostage situation. This movie has action, comedy, and romantic reunion all wrapped in a big red Christmas bow. Number 8. Home Alone, 1990. I'm sure you all remember watching this one as a kid, and if not, you should watch it again to get back some of that childlike sense of wonder and mischief. An 8-year-old troublemaker, Kevin McAllister, played by the young Macaulay Culkin, is mistakenly left at home and he finds himself needing to defend his home from a couple of dim-witted thieves, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Macaulay Culkin's brilliant comedic performance makes this a worthy Christmas watch, definitely a favorite for the whole family, and you can follow it up with Home Alone 2 and the Poor Cousins Home Alone 3 with Alex D. Linz, which is not a bad movie, just not as good as those with Culkin, and the kids will love all 3. Number 7. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Another must-watch, if only because with all the wokeness of 2024 and beyond, something like this may never be made again. This statement probably applies to most of the movies on this list. Settle in for a Christmas with the Griswolds and their hilarious dysfunctional extended family. Watch along as Chevy Chase and his merry crew, including Juliette Lewis, Johnny Galecki from Big Bang Theory, and Julie Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld, as they dive headfirst into a holiday season filled with inappropriate flirtation, family feuds, chaotic mishaps, explosion, physical injury, and of course, electrocuted cats. What a better way to celebrate Christmas than with all that madness. Number 6. Bad Santa, 2003. This is not your typical feel-good movie. It's darker, raunchier, and definitely not for the faint-hearted. Bad Santa stars Billy Bob Thornton as Santa Willie, who is more into drinking, cheating, and brawling than spreading holiday cheer. He teams up with his foul-mouthed elf partner, Marcus, and together they disguise themselves as Mole Santa and Elf with the plan to rob the place. But between Willie's alcoholism, sex addiction, and general bad behavior, their heist spirals into chaos and is comedically foiled by the relentless mall security cop played by Bernie Mac. Despite his grumpy, broken-down exterior, Willie unexpectedly forms an unlikely bond with a lonely, awkward boy, and his Christmas spirit appears. You can also follow it with Bad Santa 2 if you wish. It has Kathy Bates in it, but it's not as good as Part 1. Number 5. Deck the Halls, 2006. Steve, played by Matthew Broderick, an optometrist in snowy Massachusetts, is dreaming of the perfect Christmas with his picture-perfect family, but his holiday plans are turned upside down when a new neighbor, Buddy Hall, played by Danny DeVito, moves in next door. Buddy, a used car salesman, moves in next door with his glamorous trophy wife, Tia, played by Kristen Chenoweth. The Christmas rivalry begins. Buddy has a mission to make his Christmas lights visible from space. What follows is a hilarious battle between the two families, with the stubborn dads almost ruining Christmas for everyone. But as the chaos unfolds, the competitive fathers come together and win their families back, just in time for Christmas, realizing the family is what truly matters. I'm a huge fan of all Danny DeVito movies. They remind me of a simpler time when the only thing required of a movie was that it made me laugh, and this movie does just that. Number 4. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000. In the mood for a quirky, festive twist on a classic Dr. Seuss? Then this is the movie for you. Jim Carrey plays the Grinch, and just as Dr. Seuss says, He lives just outside of Whoville. He's a grumpy recluse who despises Christmas and tries to ruin it for the Whos in Whoville. The movie is so impressive, it transports you to the world of Whoville, and as you watch this children's Christmas movie, you are moved by the Christmas spirit and your heart grows just as much as the Grinch's does. Number 3. Noelle, 2019. Anna Kendrick is known for her upbeat characters. Well, mostly. And she does the same with this movie. Anna Kendrick is Noelle Kringle, the daughter of Santa Claus. Her brother Nick, Bill Hader, does a runner, so it's up to Noelle to find her brother and save Christmas. It's a warm and funny Christmas movie and offers enough sweet surprises and feel-good moments to make it a charming watch for the whole family. Number 2. Nutcrackers 2024. Have you ever watched the movie Raising Helen with Kate Hudson? You know, the one, she's a party girl with a perfect New York life, her sister dies and she inherits the kids. Well, go watch it if you haven't, but do that after Christmas. For a Christmas version, watch Nutcrackers on Disney. This feels like a male Christmas version of Raising Helen. Ben Stiller is workaholic Uncle Mike, whose sister died and her husband died, and he has to look after 4 mischievous kids in the week leading up to Christmas. By the way, the 4 kids in this movie are played by 4 real-life brothers. Mike is working hard to find a foster home for the kids, while they and the farm animals cause chaos, including hotwiring his yellow Porsche and crashing golf carts. As expected in the Christmas movie, his heart warms up as Christmas nears. It might be predictable, but it's still entertaining for the whole family. Number 1. Elf, 2003. This is a Christmas comedy we didn't know we needed, but we can't live without. Will Ferrell stars as Buddy, a human raised by elves in the North Pole who sets off to New York City to find his real dad. New York and Will Ferrell with daddy issues at Christmas time. It makes for a hilarious magical movie with plenty of awkward candy-coated cheer. Picture Will Ferrell in tights, wandering around New York City, spreading awkward holiday cheer and terrifying New Yorkers. It's cheesy, it's ridiculous, it's festive perfection. Just lean all the way into it, you won't regret it. Before I wrap up this video, I want you guys to know you should watch these movies for what they are. Don't try to bring your adult sensibilities into it, and you will have a great time. Have a fantastic Christmas.